In the headlines, police seek help with investigations into a suspected murder at Salisbury. Be prepared to evacuate, ODM tells residents of coastal areas. And major post-disaster road project gets underway in Roseau South this month. I am Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
M&J Covering is the producer of designed galvanized and galvalume in Dominica. They design to your specifications, color and length, 4 styles of galvanized and galvalume pre-painted roofing sheets as requested, and supply all your galvalume accessories. M&J Covering helps you control spending and reduce waste. At M&J Covering, they are also equipped to build your roof to precise standards anywhere on island. So come to M&J Covering at 1 Mile in Portsmouth or call 445-5001 275-5003 today.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, the police are treating investigations into the discovery of a dead Salisbury man near a bar in that community as a suspected murder.
The dead man has been identified as Lloyd Kazimi. He was allegedly attacked on Saturday night. Police spent several hours gathering evidence in the cordoned-off crime scene on Sunday morning before the body was picked up by a funeral home. Police say a man has been arrested in connection with the matter.
It was reported to the police that about 10 p.m. on the 3rd of March 2018, Lloyd Kazimi sustained injuries to the head and other parts of his body alleged to have been inflicted by another adult male. About 7:50 a.m. on the 4th of March 2018, the lifeless body of Lloyd Kazimi was discovered at Upper Salisbury. Kazimi was officially pronounced dead by a medical doctor. A coroner's inquest will be convened. One adult male of that community has since been arrested on suspicion of murder. Investigations are ongoing. Anyone with information which can assist the police with the investigations can contact the Criminal Investigations Department at telephone numbers 266-5164, 266-5165, and 266-5119, or Crime Stoppers Dominica at telephone number 1-800-8477.
In other top stories, a $200,000 project geared at reviving Dominica's agriculture sector will come to an end next month. The Dominica Emergency Agriculture Response DARE project was conceptualized and approved in October 2017, launched in December 2017, and will end in April 2018. The project was funded to the tune of $200,000 by the Canadian government. One of the aspects under the project was the resuscitation of Dominica's white potato production. The DARE project is being executed through the promotion of regional opportunities for produce through enterprise linkages, Propel. Propel's representative on island, Diane Laville Henry, says the white potato farmers should reap a healthy and plentiful crop by April.
Through the collaboration of Propel and the Ministry of Agriculture, Propel, under the DARE project, purchased a 20-foot container of Elite, Shepherdie, and Shifton white potato seeds, 267 bags, that was successfully planted. The provision of all the necessary inputs to grow the crop. They purchased 2 tillers to assist the farmers in their land preparation, and contractual arrangements with 2 operators, one in the northeast and the other in the central, to provide tilling services to farmers at no cost to the farmers participating in the project. A total of 90 farmers, of whom 11 are youth and 40 are women, have established 16 acres of white potato, which will be ready for marketing very soon.
Propel also played an integral role in helping Dexia develop an Eat Well, Live Young brand for Dominican produce. Laville Henry says the institution is looking forward to the resumption of local produce to further market this brand.
Prior to Hurricane Maria, Propel partnered with Dexia in creating a brand, Eat Well, Live Young. I think you would have seen it on the dashing packs that used to be in the supermarkets, and we started testing it in the Barbados market. The produce purchased from its contractual farmers, that's Dexia, was used to pilot the brand.
Another project under DARE was the donation of $61,000 worth of tools and equipment to over 200 farmers contracted by Dexia. In other developments, the Office of Disaster Management on Monday was forced to put residents of coastal areas on alert of serious sea swells, asking them to be prepared to evacuate their properties. Residents in low-lying areas had to flee their homes on the weekend due to flooding from the seawater intrusion. Disaster Management Coordinator Fitzroy Pascal said in such cases, people should be ready to take action at short notice where necessary.
Sea bathers should stay out of the water at this time. Communities along the entire western coast, from Scotshead to Capuchin, the southern communities like Grand Bay, Fort Seja, the eastern communities of Petit-Soufrière, Cassibrousse, and the northeastern communities from Marigot to Thibault are advised to exercise extreme caution and be prepared to evacuate where necessary until the danger of rough seas has diminished. The Dominica Meteorological Service has issued a high surf advisory and a small craft warning, which will remain in effect until Wednesday, March 7th, up to 6 p.m. Seas of up to 4.5 meters, equivalent to 15 feet, are anticipated during the period. A high surf advisory means that breaking waves poses a threat to life and property within the surf zone.
Close to 60 girls from the east of the country will learn to develop resilience through a 3-month empowerment program. Coordinator of the East Dominica Children's Federation, Velma Moses Joseph, says the program targets girls who were left more vulnerable after Hurricane Maria. The project also falls in line with the Federation's goal of creating safe, child-friendly spaces for the healthy development of youth following this traumatic experience. Joseph, while addressing the first day camp of the program, said the aim was to draw a lesson from nature on how to be resilient as a person.
We see after Maria how hurricane has destroyed the trees, and some of them are struggling to bounce back. Some of them will bounce back fast, especially the smaller ones, and some of them will never bounce back. So we're making the association with what you see, how you live. Sometimes what you do in your life will affect people. They might never bounce back, or they might take time to bounce back, or if you are positive, they will bounce back fast. Change comes over time. I don't expect them to change in 3 months, but I expect that whatever it is that we do, they'll apply it to their schoolwork, and they will look forward to college and look forward to university, and maybe grow in their own families. But one of the components of that project is we have a photography aspect attached to it, where we hope the girls will learn a skill. It's something that, yes, they take pictures with their cell phone, but they might appreciate taking pictures more if they know how to do it better.
The EDCF coordinator says there will also be a similar empowerment session for boys. However, based on reports received, it was imperative to lend a hand to the girls first.
Girls, because I think based on stories that I heard, that the girls were vulnerable, things were happening to them, and I felt at the time when I heard the stories that they needed some help. So we have a mixture of girls, that we have single parent girls from single parent families, from nuclear families. We have a mixture of girls, and I wanted to give them that opportunity to be learning, because I think everybody says, and we're forgetting boys, so let's do something for boys. And then while they're saying that, the girls are being lost some along the way. So I'm doing that, and yes, I have another project lined up for which boys will be included in the same activities.
Every participant of the Girls Empowerment Program was coincidentally a student of the Northeast Comprehensive School.
My self-esteem has increased. I feel better about myself because in this program it's a safe place. I get to say what I am feeling and nobody can discriminate me about that. I would definitely encourage other girls to take part of this. It helps you feel better about yourself. It shows It develops your leadership skills. It shows you that you are capable of doing anything that you desire.
This is very beneficial because I'm a first former. I just came to high school and I don't know many people. I haven't made many friends since I've been to high school, but this empowerment program is helping me a lot. It's building my self-esteem and it's also making me interact with a lot of other kids.
It makes me want to have a career in either social work or something to do with natural resource to help the environment. I would recommend other people join empowerment programs like this one because it really helps you to experience other things.
The 3-month project, held under the theme, This is Me, This is Who I Am, is sponsored by the Canada Fund for Local Initiative. You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Do you need more cash for that home improvement? Then come to Fast Cash, where we give you more. At Fast Cash, our customers get more funds and more time to repay. But wait, can't come to us? We'll come to you, and our mobile officer will get you on your way. Small businesses, consumers, and taxi owners. Fast Cash has more for everyone. Simply call or visit any of our locations for more. Smarter, faster, better. Fast Cash. Terms and conditions apply.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, galvanized and fenced pipe. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Welcome back. Roadworks in 3 communities in Roseau South are expected to get underway this month. Labour Party constituency caretaker for Roseau South, Josiah Benoit, told Channel 5 News that though the road network for the constituency is vast, some roads have already been earmarked for prompt intervention.
Well, the road network in Roseau South is very vast, being the 3rd largest constituency in the country. And so there are a significant number of our main roads and secondary roads are in urgent need of repair. And it would be hard to prioritize one over the other. It's more a case of availability of resources and the progress in terms of designs. But at this stage, we can say that we're looking forward to, within a very short space of time, commence work on construction and resurfacing of the roads in Girodale and Egliston in particular. Work started on construction of the main road in Emsall prior to Maria. That project will recommence very soon. A commitment to do so was given by the Minister of Public Works just last week. And so we're looking forward to see that road, continue to completion. Also, the residents of Emsall also have a very acute concern in that there is now only one entry and exit point into the community. So the bridge, which formerly existed at Dead End in Bath Estate, is a major priority for them. And the Minister of Public Works have given us a commitment that within 3 weeks we will hear further update on this project. So we're looking forward to that bridge in terms of connecting the community of Emsall so that we'll have at least 2 entry and exit points for the community in the case of any emergency.
Benoit says with the onset of the cruise season, the Kings Hill Road has been highlighted for speedy improvement works.
The tourism season is picking up, and the community of Kings Hill is a significant part of our tourism product in the Roseau South. And so we expect that we will see resurfacing of the Montbruce Road, that would be from the flat in Roseau to the Montbruce, the cross at Montbruce. So we're looking forward to see those 3 roads in the near future in Roseau South. And again, it's not to say that any one is more important than the other, it's just based on availability of resources.
An $11 million budget will be needed for a roof replacement program in the Maho constituency. Minister of Finance, Prime Minister Skerritt, has already approved $8.1 million for that purpose. Member of Parliament Reuben Blackmore said further assessments of other communities in his Maho constituency shows more funds are needed.
So we have a peculiar situation in the Maho constituency, in that it's a very huge constituency. And therefore, the damage that we have suffered is tremendous by way of numbers. During our first assessment, we end up with a total of $8.1 million. It's not possible to do everything at once. So that's why we have to do it on a phased basis. And just 2 days ago, I got an additional assessment report because we had some outstanding ones in Cairnfield and Belfast. So we're closer now to $11 million. That's significant.
The disbursement of the funds for the re-roofing project will be done in phases, with an initial $2 million having been disbursed. Blackmore said the program will be managed with strict accountability.
Now, we have a process in place. And that is why I think in some cases it makes no sense to give people the material if you're not able to contract somebody, you don't have the money. So that's why we're using competent contractors to effect the work on their behalf. And there'll be proper accountability. We have also been able to have in place an overall coordinator for this program. And that person will be liaising with the Ministry of Housing, because the Ministry of Housing has to provide the appropriate oversight to ensure that we conform to the standards. Because what we want to do is to replace the roof better than what previously obtained.
The Maho constituency covers Taru, Jimmet, Warner, Belfast, Maho, Campbell, Cainfield, Roger, and Springfield. And Cuban workers are expected here soon to fast-track the reconstruction and rewiring of houses before the start of the next hurricane season.
Prime Minister Skerrit said his government would have signed an agreement with the government of Cuba on Monday to realize this undertaking. He made the announcement at a handing over ceremony of a $2 million check to the Maho Village Council on Friday. These funds will be used to help residents of the Maho constituency with their re-roofing projects.
The replacement of roofs is a major preoccupation for me. And it is something that keeps me up at night. And we intend to do everything humanly possible to provide the financial and other resources to our citizens to get the roofs back over their heads as quickly as possible. So we're in the process of finalizing an agreement with the government of Cuba. And we will be bringing in 100 skilled men and women to Dominica to help us fix the homes and reconstruct our country. And we're working on the transportation of these people into Dominica. So we'll be having some engineers as part of the team, and also highly skilled people who will come in, and also about 30 or so electricians to help with the rewiring of homes across Dominica.
The country's leader said his government has set a deadline to see that the majority of hurricane-damaged homes are covered by May 31.
Our target in the government is to ensure that we can have as many roofs as possible replaced by Easter, and to ensure that the vast majority of us would have our roofs back by the 31st of May 2018, in time for the hurricane season. It means, therefore, that we as contractors, skilled and unskilled workers, are going to have to be diligent. We are racing against time.
Mr. Skerrit said Dominicans in the construction trade working overseas are also needed to build back the country.
I am happy I have met about 3 Dominicans who reside in the United States and who have returned home to help in the rebuilding process, and they themselves are engaged, employing people, fixing roofs, fixing homes in Dominica. But we're going to need more than these 3 people. And this is why I'm saying to our citizens who are residing out of Dominica, who have that skill, who have that competence, you have an opportunity to return home to make a contribution.
This is the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for your sports highlights with Kenny Williams next.
If you're HIV positive or have an STI, having unprotected sex with multiple partners puts them in grave danger. You will expose every partner and their present and future partners to HIV or another STI. Use a condom every time you have sex. You can live a productive life even if diagnosed with HIV. Remember, early detection is key to your survival. Be responsible, protect yourself and others. Help stop the spread of HIV and other STIs.
First up in sports, ACS Tarish United won their second game of the season in a big way in the 2018 Flow Nations Cup over the weekend. Delroy Parker netted 5 goals for Tarish to help give his team the best team figures of the season when they handed down a ferocious 18-0 pounding to Trafalgar Football Club at Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Jovan Abraham added a beaver trick and Fabio Roberts a hat trick to further prop the score. Jemiah Timothy, Derhan Augustine and Devin Wade completed the onslaught with 2 goals apiece. In another thrilling encounter, Petro Caribe Point Michel went on to defeat Police Sports Club 6-1, also at Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Shemaya Dangleben found the back of the net 3 times, with 2 from Nichols Carriers and Bert Kazemi 1. In a losing effort, Kenny Thomas netted 1 for Police Sports Club. And Bath Estate Football Club got their first win of the season when they beat Gully Football Club 6-0 at Benjamin's Park. Anderson Lawrence, Derrickson McDonald, Denzel Lawrence and Chris Jolly netted 1 each for Bath Estate. Meantime, North Blazers bested East Jaguars 2-0 in action from the Under-15 Girls League on the weekend. Star Humphreys did the damage for Blazers. In the other match, Central Tornadoes edged out Southern Alpha Warriors 1-0. Siraya Coffey was the lone goal scorer for Tornadoes. Moving on to cricket, there were wins for Dubla United Stars, Granby Credit Union Colts and Marino Blasters Sports Club in the Dominica Cricket Association's 50 overs a side competition on the weekend. On Sunday, Dubla went on to defeat St. Paul Cricket Academy by 6 wickets. Batting first, St. Paul was bowled out for 126 in 36.1 overs. Micah Joseph contributed 28 and Kamal Hamilton 23. Kiamba Charles took 3 wickets for 19 runs. Ray Kazemi picked up 2 for 16 and Kimani Henry 2 for 24. Set 127 to win, Dubla equaled the target to score 127 for the loss of 4 wickets. Ray Kazemi continued his all-round performance to finish undefeated on 43. Fabian Etienne added 33. Meantime, Granby beat Northern Stars by 5 wickets in the other game on Sunday. Sent in to bat, Northern Stars was dismissed for 119 in 27.3 overs. Sherlon George chipped in with 31, while Jed Joseph supported with 16. Jasion Alexander snatched 5 for 34 for Granby. Set 120 for victory, Granby went on to score 120 for the loss of 5 wickets. Alec Athanas was undefeated on 40. Lex Maglaw added 38. Kerry Romain bagged 3 for 33. Finally, Marino Blasters defeated Tremors by 111 runs on Saturday. First at the crease, Marino was dismissed for 156. Anderson Burton scored 30, Kyle KB 21, and Dion Burton 13. In reply, Tremors was bowled out for 45 runs. Abishai Etienne picked up 5 wickets, while Chauvin Dorset took 3. We continue with cycling, where one local athlete's determination to win despite previous mechanical issues paid off in the end. Sunday's first place finisher, Chester Later, had not been able to complete the majority of races for the year due to a series of flat tires. However, he won the 4th race for the year in 43 minutes and 20 seconds, followed by Koath Baran 43 minutes and 22 seconds, then Levi Baran 40 minutes and 23 seconds. The top 3 riders are from the recently formed cycling club Street Falcons.
I know the race was really, I said at the beginning the race was between 5 guys. Myself, Levi, Koath, Kilibit and Bram. I see we kind of left down Bram early. Kilibit really surprised me today because normally we are a little better than him on the hills. And every time we left him on the hill, he just kept coming back. He kept coming back. So he really surprised me, you know. And when we reached around Massac, I thought we would have had a little lead on him. He kept behind us. So what we did, we just kind of kept it a little under the pace, just waiting for the finish because we felt that we are better sprinters than Kilibit. I was at the front, I kept turning behind looking to see who's going to attack, who's going to attack. When I didn't see anybody attack, I did one attack of my own from the front, and I gave everything to the finish line. I actually expected Koath to pass me because he's so quick at the end, but the amount I gave, it was just enough to keep them off.
later pointed out a notable increase in competitiveness among cyclists heading into the 2018 OECS Cycling Championships. He said the DCA's efforts are starting to bear fruit.
You know, that is something that Hayden has always said. You know, we have had 4 races and 3 different people have won in the 4 races, one winning twice. So that just shows you that the competition is tight. You know, it just shows you that any race, anybody can win. There's no favorite anymore. You know, it's really who puts the best race together. And you know, that's really good for cycling. I remember when we just started, Hayden was always miles ahead. Then after when Hayden went down, Bram took over. Bram was always miles ahead. But right now, guys have stepped up, guys have been training. And right now, anybody can win. Last year was eye-opening for us. I was not embarrassed about last year. It was the first time. It's something I expected because I knew the level was way over us. The level is still way over us. But I know we are much better riders this year than last year. And I think we'll have a much better representation. We have young guys coming up. And what you see here today, I expect all the guys to be a lot better than now, come July, first week in July.
The next cycling race is scheduled for March 18 from Rosewood, Portsmouth and back. Finally, the Dominica Olympic Committee is teaming up with a regional organization to do more for the sport of fencing. DOC began a week of activities in collaboration with the Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committees in an effort to introduce the Olympic sport to schools here.
Well, the CANOC, this is the Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committees, which is the umbrella body of all the Olympic committees in the Caribbean. They are celebrating or hosting a week of activities. Today, on Sunday, we are celebrating the Commonwealth Day, and we had a church service at the St. Alphonsus Catholic Church this morning where all our executive members and representatives of the affiliates were there. And during the week, we decided to visit some schools, and we'll be introducing fencing to the schools. We have targeted the Dominica Grammar School, Pioneer, Massac School, and Dubla Primary School, and we'll be introducing the sport of fencing. So the Fencing Association will have we'll have demonstrations.
Meantime, Dr. Chove reported on the athletes' state of readiness ahead of major competitions this year and says funding is available to assist in their preparation.
We are in the process of preparing our athletes for the Commonwealth Games, and we also have the CSC Games later this year, the Youth Olympic Games, and the Character Games in Bahamas later this month. So over the next few weeks, we'll be very, very busy, and few months we'll be very busy in preparation of our athletes. But fortunately, we have source funding for all the athletes, preparation of all the athletes, and so they're in a good position where they can prepare adequately for those athletes, for those competitions.
That's all the time for sports. I am Kenny Williams. Join us next time.
To end the news, the headlines again. Police seek help with investigations into a suspected murder at Salisbury. Be prepared to evacuate, the ODM tells residents of coastal areas. And major post-disaster road projects to get underway in Rosa South this month. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.